Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do you see me? Who's in the building? Where are you? I'm waiting. All right. Can you hear me? There you go. I see you. So if you all can hear me, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is that Miss Jennifer? Can you hear me now? Do you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat before I start talking. There we go. Yes, great. You can hear me. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, again, thank you all for showing up this evening. Thank you so much for showing up. I am Karen with Curl House. If you don't know me, I am a natural hairstylist. I know you can't tell, you all, don't judge me. Today was one of these days, and I was flying to get to this stream, and I am running a little behind schedule, but I am here. So I put my hair in this turban, you all. This is my go-to because I need to wash my hair. So I'm trying to look halfway presentable for you all. So please bear with me. But tonight we are going to be talking with Miss Robin of Necessary Nutrition. She is my resident when I say my resident nutritionist, I did run a program called Let's Get Growing. And the purpose of that program was really to gather women together in a small, intimate setting and talk about hair and healthy hair and hair growth and all things hair. And Robin was the nutritionist that came into the program and talked to our ladies about their nutrition and, of course, about hair and what deficiencies may be within the body that may be affecting the hair. And that's what we'll be talking about today. She will be joining us in about 2 minutes. So in the meantime, let's see, who do we have in the chat? Is that Miss Selma S. Johnson? Is that Selma? You look gorgeous as always. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sending love. One Accord Hair Care. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Miss Lawana. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Let's see. I hope you all can hear me. All right, because let's see, Robin is popping in any moment, and you're going to meet Robin, and that's what we're talking about today. So you all know, if you don't know, all this month, the month of March is Women's History Month. So I have really prioritized bringing in women to talk to the Curl House community, women that help with health and wellness. Last week, I had a dermatologist, and then I also had a doctor. And tonight, I have Miss Robin Muhammed. I'm going to bring her in one moment, and we are going to talk about hair, and we are going to talk about health. We're going to be talking about how the health affects the hair and everything in between. So you all know how we do. You all know how we do. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. If the questions are relevant to what we're saying, we will answer them as we go. But typically, I will leave questions to the end. All right. And that's okay, Miss Sonia. Thank you very much. Thank you for clarifying yourself, Sonia. I see you. Okay. Well, let's bring in my good friend, Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hey there. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you doing?
I am excellent, but I'm getting better.
Whoa, you can get better than excellent?
I heard somebody say that, and I thought, I'm going to take that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and steal it. Okay.
All right. Yes, I like it, right?
It's good. How are you, Karen? Oh, I'm excellent, and I'm getting better.
You
okay,
know?
I like that. Yeah, because it's always room to improve, regardless of what regardless of how you're doing, you can always
improve. Yes. And it just feels good when I say it. It just feels good. Even if I'm not even having a good day, I say it. I'm like, okay, I'm good now.
Oh yeah, well, my favorite is all is well, even if I feel like a trash can. How are you doing? Oh, all is well, even if things are falling out the bottom. What's going on? Oh, all is well, because regardless, all will be well. So you may as well go ahead and confess it.
Yes.
But welcome again. I've already did my introduction for you. I've already told our Curl House community that you are my resident nutritionist for the program. And while I no longer have the program, it's okay. Book is coming out soon.
Okay.
No longer have Let's Get Growing program. You are still my nutritionist.
Thank
Because
you.
yes, I will send you a text message and say, hey, can you help me? What do I need
Yes,
to do? So
absolutely.
I've done a little brief introduction, but I always like my guests to introduce themselves, as I think you do a much better job of introducing yourself than me. So tell us who you are.
Well, I am Robin, founder of Necessary Nutrition. And for the past almost 18 years, I've been helping women with food and nutrition internally so that they can shine externally. I am
Oh,
also the founder of Necessary Nutrition Supplements and the Necessary Nutrition Academy, where we go deeper with health, nutrition, mentorship, and support. So
fabulous.
that
We'll
is
be talking
me.
about that because I certainly want you to tell people about your academy
Yes,
and some of the things that you offer as well. But before
correct.
we go into that, because we have at least a good hour
Okay.
and answer questions, let's just go ahead and just put it out there. Your
Okay.
health, nutrition, hair, and scalp. How does what you eat or what you don't eat affect your body, your hair, and your scalp, like in general?
So the body is a system, right? And sometimes we're just trying to handle one part of the body and not the other. For example, our hair, we need products on our hair, but a lot of times we're focusing on the external.
Mhm,
And the truth about the hair is the last place to get nutrients. And
mhm,
what that means is that when you are eating, your kidneys and your liver and your heart take the nutrients. So if you are not ingesting enough of the proper nutrients, your hair won't even get it, if that makes sense. So eating and what you eat is so critical for the health of your hair. So if your body isn't getting what it needs, it'll take it from the food. And then lastly, your hair. And that's where sometimes women will see that their hair is undernourished. When we get more into this conversation, we'll talk about the foods that most support the hair.
okay. So what you're saying is that and I say it all the time, you are speaking my language. Your
Yeah.
hair is the very last thing to receive nutrients. The
Yeah. The
very last.
very last. Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, it's like because we care about our hair so
So
much. Like
much. Yes.
I thought about it. The hair is really what you see. Like you
It
don't see what's
is.
inside of the body, so to speak,
Yeah.
but you see what's outside of the body. So you see your hair, but the hair receives the nutrients last.
The
And in order
last.
for hair to grow and to grow properly, it has to be fed or it has to be nourished.
It does. And there's so much that goes into this. So as we have this conversation, I'm going to share as much as I can, and then we'll answer the questions about, well, what do I eat for my hair? What's the best food for my hair? Should we jump into that?
Hey, what? Let's go for it. So we're talking about hair,
Yeah.
and again, we all know that hair is the very last thing to receive nutrients. So what
Right.
you eat will support your vital organs first,
Mm-hmm.
hair last. So what
Mm-hmm.
are the suggestions that you have in terms of what we should be eating?
Okay. And I'm going to talk about actual physical food that you are putting in your mouth. And we'll talk about supplements a little bit later. But
Okay,
let's talk about the actual food.
okay,
And your food is your medicine. So theoretically, we are eating for nutritional value. So think about this, y'all. Whatever you're eating, your body has to be able to take nutrients out. So if you're eating a hot Cheeto, though it may be yummy to your tummy, can your body extract vitamins and minerals from it? So I always just say, eat the fun stuff if you like, but make sure you're eating for nutritional value. So, and this is in no particular order in terms of food that support the hair, but I'm going to jump in and talk about protein because our
yes,
hair is made of protein.
mhm,
So protein is critical, not as much for hair growth, but for
mhm,
hair maintenance to keep it
mhm,
strong, to keep it from shedding. We
okay,
want to take adequate protein in. And what protein is, or what foods are protein, and I'm going to separate it into the animal and to the plant.
okay,
So, animal protein, chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, cottage cheese, plain Greek yogurt, some red meat. I didn't list everything, but I'm giving you a general.
okay,
On the plant side, we have tofu, tempeh, you have some quinoa, your beans. The animal protein, generally speaking, is more protein rich. And I fish as well in the animal side, but doesn't mean that you can't get the protein from the plant. It's just the animal protein is easier to get to the number, which I'll share what the number is in just a little bit.
Because I'm thinking, how much?
I know what's how much, and I'll let you all know this. And some folks are floored when they hear it, the number. But when you're eating protein, the building blocks of protein support the growth and maintenance of your body overall. So when you don't have enough, your body can't do what it needs to do. And as you age, especially if you're over 40, our need for protein is actually greater than ever. So we want to focus on protein. You want to anchor your meals with protein. Now, the question is, how much? How much protein? Because I'm talking to a wide audience and I don't know everyone intimately, I'm going to give you 2 bits of information. So I generally tell folk to hit in between 30 and 35 grams per meal.
Okay.
You want to get in, so that's a generalization, 1 gram of protein per your ideal body weight. Okay, what does that mean? If your ideal body weight is 150, not what you weigh, maybe you weigh 200 pounds, but your ideal body weight is 150 or 175, then you want to do 1 gram of protein per your ideal body weight. Okay, wait a minute, Robin, that sounds like a lot of protein. How can I get that in?
Very, very good question.
Very good question. What I tell people first is just start and make sure that you are hitting at least 100 grams. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Let's start with that. And what does that even look like? How do you determine it? It sounds like a lot. So I'm going to give you a visual example, and then I'm going to give you a tool so that you can use it.
Tools are good.
Tools are good. So in the morning, I have a protein smoothie. The scoop of protein has 21 grams of protein in it. Then I add some collagen to it. That has 10 grams. So 21 plus 10 is 31. And then I have a little bit of nuts and seeds. So in that smoothie, every day I'm getting 35 thereabout grams. So you can do it. If, let's say, you are having a salad with chicken, if you have 6 ounces of chicken, you're going to hit the 30, 35 grams of protein. And what does that look like? That's about a fist size or a cup. You're going to hit it in that way. But people are saying, okay, I don't know the calculations when I'm eating. How would I know? I created a prompt. That if you all use ChatGPT, a prompt that you can just copy it and paste it and change it to have your information in there, and then put it in chat, and it'll give you the meal based on what you like, your desire, and your goals, and it will be structured so that every meal is hitting that protein mark.
So I've dropped it below. So it's a free ChatGPT meal planning prompt.
Yes.
If you go to your website, necessaryvitamind.com.
It's there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So great. Thank you.
And if you pull down on the little, if you're on their phone, you have to pull down on the little menu and it is there. And it is a freebie for you. And it'll just help you as a resource. And when you're doing the prompt, it'll ask you what your goals are. Even if your goal, you're saying, okay, well, I want to strengthen my hair, or I want to balance hormones or drop some pounds or whatever it is. I've created a little space for you to say what your goals are.
Okay.
But please do not change the part where it says, make sure that the meals have 30 to 35 grams of protein per meal. And then you will hit your initial protein goal to start with. Go ahead, Karen. You were gonna.
Okay, so I want to make sure I have clarity on the amount of protein that we should
Yes.
have. Generally speaking, minimum of 100 grams per day.
Minimum, if I don't know you and you don't, I mean, that's
Minimum.
yes, minimum.
Ideally,
Ideally.
whatever your target weight is. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, you said 150 pounds. So, if I
Mm-hmm.
weigh 150 pounds, then I should be eating 150 grams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
A lot. It sounds like a lot. It does. It's if you think about it, and so math isn't my favorite thing, but let's say you did. I gotta pull up my calculator. 45 times 3. What is 45 times 3, y'all? Look, so
80.
no, 45 times 3,
90,
50. Okay, so 50 times, let's say 50 times 3 is 150.
50.
So
Uh-huh.
if you're getting 50 grams of protein, and if that were your ideal body weight, you could do it. It's a piece of salmon. If the salmon is 6 ounces or more, you can hit it with that right then and there.
Okay.
Honestly, it's just being conscious of it. And as I said, because remember, you're getting the protein in,
Mhm.
you want your blood sugar to be balanced. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but your body needs it, your organ needs it. And then remember, your hair needs it. And
Yes.
if you're over 40, your body is trying to sometimes work against you, unfortunately, sometimes. And that protein is just needed to keep your hair beautiful, your metabolism going, your blood sugar stable. It's multifaceted in what it is designed to do for the body, but most women are not consuming enough.
Okay. And if we're not consuming enough for our body, we said
Correct.
earlier that
Right.
the hair is last.
It
So
is
if you are
last.
consuming protein, but if it's not enough for your body, it's definitely not going to support the health and growth of your hair.
Correct.
So it's, I
Yes.
always say hair is an extension of the body
It
first,
is.
then hair. So we're not consuming enough for our body. It's definitely
Gonna
affecting
get
our
your
hair.
hair.
So,
And then go
mhm.
ahead, Karen. Go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
With the protein, it is very useful in preventing us from having insulin resistance or high blood sugar. And
Mhm.
when we have high blood sugar, being that we are consuming more sugar than our body can bear, if that is the case, if our blood sugar is off, that is going to contribute to inflammation in our body. And if you have inflammation in your body, then it is going to bother or not allow the follicles in your hair to do what it needs to do. The body is a system that needs to flow
Mhm.
in order for it all to work out together. So the protein, if you use the prompt is so useful. You use the prompt, it'll give you the your protein balance, and it'll also give you your carbohydrate balance, because when you balance your carbohydrates, and what are carbohydrates? That would be your fruit, your pasta, your oatmeal, the stuff we like the most. It's even soda and cookies and pies. It's
Mhm.
all in the carbohydrate bucket. So we want to balance. I always say to have no more than a cup or a piece with every meal so that you can keep your blood sugar stable, reduces inflammation in your body, and then your hair is stronger.
Yeah, inflammation, that's a whole other topic. We're gonna
Yeah.
try to get to it. But since you're talking
Yeah.
about carbs, Live Work Clean. Hey there, thanks for joining. Wants to know, and you're kind of already talking about this as well, and you're encouraging people to try that app, or not app, go to the prompt.
Yeah,
How do
get
you
the
get enough
prompt.
protein from vegan sources while keeping carbs low?
Say that one more time.
Can you see the questions?
Uh, how do you get enough protein? Yeah, so from vegan sources, so you can use, I mean, this is in no particular order. You can use tempeh, you can use tofu, you can use beans have carbohydrates in them,
Mhm.
so you want to be mindful of that. I use protein powder a lot.
Mhm.
Another thing that you can do is, let's say you have beans, you can balance it out or cut the effects of the carbs by adding in avocado or good fat
Okay.
to them. So with this is the thing, if you're plant based, if you are whole food plant based, then you're going to, by nature of being whole food plant based, keep your blood sugar stable and take in a lot of plants, because the fiber in the plants is helping to scrub the body out and release what doesn't belong. But again, I'm repeating: tofu, tempeh, quinoa, it's still carbed.
Uh-huh.
Is so the three that are just protein without carbs: tempeh, tofu, edamame, and I use a lot of plant-based protein powder. Although I'm not vegan, I consider myself flexitarian.
Mhm.
I use protein powder a lot to bridge the gap and supplement.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about your protein powder, but I also want to
Yeah.
ask you about lentils too. Lentils are my favorite. Are
Yeah.
lentils a carb? Because lentils are pretty high in proteins as well. Because
Yeah. They're legumes and they're wonderful for the body. They are carbohydrates as well, but
okay,
they're certainly not the same type of a carbohydrate as white rice. They're fiber rich, they're protein rich, and if you're vegan and vegetarian, they're fine. They're
okay,
fine. You
okay,
still want to be mindful. It's a cup and a half of lentils, and you're fine. But it
okay.
is protein rich. Hmm.
Now you spoke about protein powder because I know there
Oh,
are a lot of protein powders. Were you about
yeah.
to say something relevant to protein
Yeah,
powder?
I wanted to say something about eggs. Let
Okay,
me do
all
something
right.
about eggs.
Yeah, add eggs. What about
Eggs.
eggs?
So eggs, just so y'all know this, if you have 2 eggs, you literally are only getting 12 grams of protein.
Okay.
Yeah. So something that I do, because I love eggs, is I do 2 eggs.
Mhm.
I do one with just the white, and then I have a protein shake on the side of it, like as my beverage to get in that amount of protein. So I have basically 2 yolks, a egg white, and then a protein. I like the chocolate, so I have the chocolate, and then that helps me get the protein in. So I just wanted to say that about eggs. That eggs are not. You'd have to eat a lot of
You have to
eggs
eat a
to
lot.
get.
Oh God, I remember I was doing a bodybuilding competition. Oh
Oh
God.
my gosh, yes.
And I ate like 6 or 7 eggs a day.
Yep.
Oh, I was so sick
Yep.
of eggs. But
I
anyway, so yeah, you have to eat a lot.
You
You
did, so
talked
you understand why. Okay, so just going to that, when you were
when I was
bodybuilding.
bodybuilding, I had to eat because I didn't eat fish at the time. And
Okay.
so it's like I had to get in a lot of protein. And at that time, my trainer was like, "You're going to do eggs, 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 eggs." I was like, "Ugh,
Uh,
I'm so sick of eggs." But yeah, I
I
ate about 6 of
know.
them a day to get in protein. Of course, I know I can get it in from vegetables, but I needed to eat a lot of that too. And it was just difficult for me to eat a lot of anything. So I ate a
Yeah.
lot of eggs at some point. I was like, I'm never eating
Never
another.
eat an egg again. I know. I know. You'd have to eat a lot in order
Yeah,
to
it was
get
a
the
lot because
amount
people
in.
automatically think about eggs as protein, but don't think that it's only what you said 12
Well,
grams
6 grams an egg.
per egg. Yeah, so you need to
Grams
eat
an egg. Something else that's very protein rich, and then I see the question about the protein powder, so I'll answer that. But Greek yogurt, if some people do dairy, some people don't.
Mhm.
If you do plain Greek yogurt, and I want to say a cup of plain Greek yogurt is 25 grams of protein.
Okay.
Yes. What I do to it to make it nice tasting
Mhm.
is I will put monk fruit in there. I will put some berries in there. I'll
Mhm.
also put some pumpkin seed in there. Pumpkin seed is super, super good for balancing our hormones. And then
Mhm.
I'll put a little bit of honey, and that's wonderful. Even if I'm, so we're going back to the eggs. If I do eggs,
Mhm.
I'll also, if I don't do the protein drink, I'll do the Greek yogurt so that I'm getting the protein in.
Well, you are talking, several people are asking about the protein powder. So I need you to talk to us about protein powder because some people have good experiences, some
And
people
some
have
people
bad
have bad.
experiences.
So I'm going to put this disclaimer out there and my bias because Necessary Nutrition, we do produce plant-based protein powder. So I'm
Yes.
just going to say that so that
Yes.
you all know that. But all things being equal, if you're looking at a protein powder, you want to look at the cleanest or the ingredients because there are fillers and all kinds of things that are unnecessary. And what I know is some protein powders, you look at them and you're like, oh, okay, the price is right. It's cheaper. And then there's all kinds of additives and fillers, and that's what makes it cheaper. Not to get too scientific and just extra on it, but you want to look at the ingredients. And when you start to look at ingredients and you have no idea what it is, and you can't pronounce it, and there's a whole lot of ingredients in there, then that's where you want to stay away. When it comes to plant, oh, it's just not even, the question was a good protein powder because there's whey protein and there's plant protein, which is either PEA, or soy-based protein. I mean, this is a whole conversation. So I actually would like to know, I guess, can I recommend one? I'm going to recommend Necessary Nutrition's protein because I know about it.
Absolutely. So your protein is plant based.
It's plant-based, so it's PEA,
Okay.
pea protein,
Okay.
and it's sweetened with stevia.
Okay.
And that's important because there's some of them you'll see it sweetened with some high fructose corn syrup and all of those things. So
Right.
it's
Okay.
just, yeah. So we'll move on from that one. But
Yeah, no, because I know you carry a lot of products, and what I love about you is, like me, you do the research and you just
I
don't put anything out
do,
there. So that's what I
yeah,
appreciate, because you appreciate what we put in our bodies. So you're not just going to create something that's not healthy for the body. I think the person had a question, or made a comment earlier that um, some plant-based protein or some protein powders contain lead.
yeah, they do. And
That
so,
one with Necessary Nutrition does not have lead.
yeah, so just so y'all understand kind of the intricacies of lead, if it's a vegetable, I'm kind of digressing, but I'm telling you this, if it's coming out of the soil, generally there is a small trace amount of lead that is in the soil and the water and all of those things. And that you'll find even in your fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
Now, if you live in California, the requirement for uh, saying that there's a trace amount of lead in a product is way higher than any other place in the country. So
Mhm.
you may, if you buy a product from California, you may see a label on it that says this product contains lead
Yes.
in California. But if you go to another state, you might not see that because California is super, super strict. But what you want to look for is you want to look for third party certifications on a product to say we've tested it and it is pure. And that is how you can determine that this product does not have lead in it, because it is supposed to be, well, it doesn't have to be disclosed, but if they have that third party validation and one of them is NSF or some of the validations, then it's safe.
Okay. And we can get your protein from necessaryvitamind.com. We're going to
Yes.
talk about vitamin D in a moment.
Yes.
I know you are the vitamin D guru.
Yes. But and I also love talking about food in general.
Yes.
I do. It's all good. I think my heart is just to be able to take what I've learned over these many decades and just share. It's just be able to transfer knowledge because there's so much information out there and it's confusing as to like what is really good and what's good for me. That's the real question. What's good for, what is the best for you, the listener?
So I know you talked about protein. I want you to
Yes.
share a little bit more about what types of foods we should be considering when we're thinking about healthy hair growth. And then
Yes.
after you talk a little bit more about foods, then I want you to talk about what are some of the common deficiencies that you see as a
Mhm.
nutritionist that affects our body and thereby affecting our hair. So can you share with us a few more foods that we should be
All right. So we talked about protein, and then let's talk about beans, lentils, and legumes. So your chickpeas and seeds also. So you have your chickpeas, your lentils, your red beans, your navy beans, your beans.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I said beans, oh, your seeds. Okay. Pumpkin, flax, sunflower, and I'm missing one. Sunflower, pumpkin, flax. Oh, well, I'm missing one. I'm trying to look in my
See,
sunflower, pumpkin,
child,
flax. It's not chia. Chia's good,
chia.
but these seeds support hormonal balance.
Okay, and that's what's important for my
That is what's important. I feel like I'm missing one. Sesame seed.
sesame seed. So say that one
Sesame
more
seed.
time: sesame, pumpkin,
Flax and
flax,
sunflower
and
seeds.
sunflower. Okay.
And 1 or 2 tablespoons. So what you can do, and people say, well, what about chia seeds? Chia seeds are good. They do other things. They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But those that I mentioned also support hormonal balance and helps us to, if your estrogen is high or if it's low, bring it to moderation. So it's a moderator
So
of
are
our
those also considered phytoestrogen?
phytoestrogens.
Okay.
And so flaxseed is like my number one recommendation.
Okay.
With flaxseed, you want to have it ground and you want to keep it in the refrigerator to keep it from going rancid.
Okay.
Add it to salads, oatmeal, to smoothies. Enjoy flaxseed abundantly to support you. But those seeds are again helpful for your balance. So we talked about protein, we talked about nuts and seeds and legumes, and also back to the nuts, cashews, walnuts. Those are some wonderful seeds. And then the vegetables, plenty of leafy green vegetables. Just to keep it simple, if your plate looked like your protein, your vegetables, and then healthy fats like avocado and using olive oil, then you're doing really, really good. When you're doing that, when you're eating the rainbow, then you're getting the rainbow and your protein, then you're getting your zinc, you're getting your vitamin B's, you're getting your irons through spinach and your leafy greens. You're covering it by eating that well balanced meal.
Okay. So that's the goal. Balance.
That's the goal. This is the thing. I always tell people for strategy purposes, and I want to say this again, when you wake up in the morning, figure out how you can nourish your body and your hair before you figure out yummy to my tummy, right? We're eating at this age for longevity, for function.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in our 20s, we were, and we had a lot of leeway.
Yes.
But this time we don't have as much room to play. So our body needs as a foundation these foods. I'm not saying don't have banana pudding and peach cobbler or French fries, but make sure that you're anchoring protein and that you have vegetables with every single meal, because the vitamins and minerals are in the produce.
Okay.
In the produce. Even with your breakfast or your break fast, your first meal of the day, getting in. So if you're doing a smoothie, I'm such a smoothie fan, but putting spinach in there, or if you're doing eggs and you're scrambling spinach or peppers into your meals every time, just being very intentional about consuming vegetables.
Okay, because that's what's key. I notice you said, and you keep saying, and I keep hearing it.
Yeah, get my notes.
It's not just food. You said earlier that food is, I mean, anything that you put in your body, whether or not it's a Cheeto, a Dorito, or a carrot, not everything that you eat it can make you full, but it is not nutrient dense. It may contain no nutrients. So technically it's not real food if it doesn't contain nutrients, correct? So what you keep focusing on is whole food plant-based.
Yeah.
Because what at some point when I was trying to figure out what I want to be in terms of do I want to be a vegetarian, a vegan, a pescatarian, a flexitarian, a
Oh, no.
whatever, when I was trying to figure it out, what I learned when I was primarily vegetarian and vegan, there's
Mm.
so many processed foods that
Yeah.
vegans or vegetarians. And I thought if I'm gonna eat this, I may as well go to McDonald's and eat some French fries because
Correct.
it has no nutritional value because it was so processed. So I know that's what you have to be mindful of as well.
Eating is a challenge, and it just really is. What the problem is the way that the food is processed and given to us, right? The quote unquote healthy foods or the vegan foods, and then also the animal products.
Okay.
So we know that the animal products or the animals, there's hormones and there's all kinds of stuff going on with them. But the truth is, some bodies do better with animal protein, and
Right.
some bodies do better on more of a plant-based
Mhm.
journey. And it just depends on the person,
Mhm.
the values, and what they're working on health wise. It
Right.
really depends.
Right. So it's not whether or not you're a vegetarian or whether or not you eat meat. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever you eat, make sure that it's food. For me, meat doesn't process my system very well. You
Yeah.
start
For
to have
some it doesn't.
digestive issues if I eat meat. When I stop eating meat, it's like,
Correct.
oh, I don't have these same digestive issues. So I'm that person that does better with mostly plants.
Yes.
That's what works for me. But like you said, some people need the protein from
Yeah.
animals.
Some people
Everybody
do
needs protein.
better. It just some people feel better. And really it just depends. And I love when I'm in community with someone and helping them figure out what is best for their body. Like what is the body saying to you? What cues is it giving you? When you mentioned about digestive issues, I love to help people figure out, okay, well, what is the root of that? And it's
Right.
easy to figure it out by pushing back on certain things. And when you pushed back on meat, you realize, hey, I feel better.
Yeah, I realized immediately, oh, I have energy. Oh,
Yeah.
my cholesterol went down. My
So,
cholesterol dropped from
yes, ma'am. Yeah.
240 to 168 when I cut out
Good.
animal foods. And
Yeah.
that's what worked for me. Now, Miss Lawana said she learned the hard way that her
Yeah.
body does better on animal protein.
Ah, yeah.
So, yeah, you have to figure out what
Figure
works
it
best
out.
for you
Mm-hmm.
because even though we're all created equal, our bodies respond differently.
Differently. Yeah.
So, and then let's see, Sonia said she's better, more plant-based meat,
Plant-based. You
more
see?
regularity, more energetic. That is me, Miss Sonia. So it's
Yeah.
like it's just we're all different, and that's okay.
So different. Yeah. And that is okay. It's
Yeah,
just
that's okay.
figuring out
What works for you?
for you.
Yeah,
But no matter if you're plant-based or you're animal eater or you eat and I do. I actually feel better with animal protein. I
right,
do.
right.
I'm
Yeah,
flexitarian, but
flexitarian.
you still have to have everybody's body needs vitamin A, B, C, D. All of our bodies need those, and we need the nutrients, and we need the minerals that are inside of food. And there's different ways to get them. So for let's say iron, I'm just using
Mhm.
iron because we're talking about hair, that you can get iron in spinach, but
Okay.
there's more iron in liver, right? So if you I don't like liver, so
Uh,
I'll eat more spinach. I'm not gonna eat liver. But for people like, I don't like spinach. Okay, but I like liver, right? So they're both iron rich. So there are foods where you can get, we're talking about B vitamins. Yes, you can get them in egg yolks, but you can also get them in other foods. Your vegetables have all of the minerals in it. It's just that some foods have a higher concentration of the nutrient, i.e., iron. Yeah, there's more iron in liver, but or there's in zinc. And I had made myself some notes because I just want to make sure, because I'm over a certain age where that brain fog kicks in. So I have to look at my notes.
I can relate all too well.
Oh, ma'am, I know, right? So for zinc, because we're talking about hair, that's one of the nutrients or the minerals that are important for hair. And so you can get zinc in oysters and fish, but then maybe you don't like any of that and you want to get it out of cashews. So that's what I'm saying. When you're having a well-rounded diet of variety of whole foods, you're going to hit that. I've never known a person that was, and I don't want to just say they were eating whole foods, still protein rich, that was so deficient in a lot of things. There's things where you have to plug in the gaps, but if you're doing that, you're doing so much good for the balance of your body and your hair.
So speaking of deficient, that leads me to my next question about nutrient deficiencies. I know as a trichologist, there are some key deficiencies that were so common amongst the overwhelming majority of women that I have treated. It was like all of them, to a point. I'll tell people, you're dealing with hair loss, there are 3 top blood tests that I want you to get checked out, and which is vitamin D, zinc, and iron. So
Okay.
as a nutritionist for hair loss,
Yes.
I saw it all the time. So for nutrition, or as a nutritionist rather, what are some of the top nutritioncies that you see that you have experienced, and what do you recommend?
So the top one that I see over and over again is what you saw. Well, I see the vitamin D
Yes.
more. I mean, wow. And it's such an easy deficiency to have, but also an easy deficiency not to have.
Mhm.
And I I'm confident in saying, especially if you have melanated skin, you should be supplementing with vitamin D, with K2, and I'll talk about that in a second. But what vitamin D is and what it does and where you get it. So it's in the sun, and that's where it is the most powerful.
Mhm.
If we were in the sun, which we are not, or if our skin, melanated skin, wasn't a protective barrier, which it is in a good way,
Mhm.
we don't get the vitamin D into our system. And one of the deficiency symptoms is shedding hair and hair loss and hair thinning.
Mhm.
Now, if we know, okay, we said if vitamin D deficiency is like way up there with so many people, and there's a direct correlation to how your hair behaves. In
Mhm.
addition to so many other things, it helps with your heart, with your immune system, with your mood, with your blood sugar, with your blood pressure. It touches so many systems in our body. It helps our cells behave. So inside of your cells, and your cells need to direct your body in what to do. Every cell has a need for vitamin D. So if you are deficient and your cells need, not optional, need vitamin D in order to signal and trigger your body to work effectively. But if you're deficient, how is your body working optimally? And
Mm.
when I said it's very easy to get vitamin D if you're supplementing. People ask about food.
Mhm.
Where can you get vitamin D in food? You can get it out of egg yolks, you can get it from mushrooms, but it doesn't move the needle like the sun or supplementation. And that's why supplementation is the easiest way. That is a foundational supplement. Every woman, especially if you're of a certain age, and I keep mentioning that, should be supplementing with vitamin D. Two questions that I know people always have is how much, and then the other one, I know I don't answer that. K2 and vitamin D go together
Mhm.
because K2 helps to drive the calcium that's in your body and the vitamin D away from your arteries into your bones, and the places that it needs to go. You would not take K2 if you're on dialysis or
Mhm.
you have some kidney challenges, just because of the medication and the K conflict. But you want to take the vitamin D3 and K2 as a foundational supplement. Before I answer the question of how much to take, is that okay? I'll answer it. And I'm being general because I don't know everybody that is
Right.
listening. And I always want to err on the side of caution. At the minimum, if you have no idea what your vitamin D levels are, which I believe you should know, that
Mhm.
is something that when you get your physical, that is a number that is important. By the way, if you don't have adequate vitamin D, it can make you feel terrible and sleepy and moody,
No energy.
no energy.
Yeah.
So, with not knowing where you are, taking 2,500 IUs, which is international units
Mhm.
a day, if we have no idea where you have no idea, take that. That's you're safe there. If then you know that you are deficient or that you are sufficient, but you're not optimal, I'll explain what that is, then you would take 5,000 units every day. So if you have no idea where you are, 2,500. If you know where you are, but where you are is not where you want to be, or where you are is where you want to stay, then you'll take 5,000 IUs a day. What should your number be? If you go to the doctor and they say, oh, your vitamin D is 30, 40, somewhere in there, your doctor will say you're good. And you are not deficient, but you are at minimum wage. So, can you live off of minimum wage? Can you survive? Yeah, yeah. But are you optimal? Are you doing, are you living your best life? No. So, when your vitamin D is between 60 and 80, that is when your body is maximally supported.
Okay.
That is when your body is maximally supported. If you are below, if you're in the teens, 19s, 12s,
That's
that's a really, really low, low, low number. And you want to do what's called a mega dose, and that your doctor's going to write you a prescription for.
yeah, that's what I would see as a trichologist. Really, really low vitamin D in the teens.
Yeah.
Or even vitamin D, I believe the marker, I don't know if it's between 30 and 100 or 30
Hmm.
and 50. And if even if
Yeah.
someone said, I was at 29 one time and my doctor
Okay.
said, oh, that's fine. And I said,
Yeah.
no. And that's when, of course, I reached out to my nutritionist.
Yeah.
Hey, what do I need to do? That's when I first
Yeah.
with
Yeah. And have you rechecked?
I just rechecked this morning. Actually,
Oh,
I'm
we
waiting
have
for
to,
the results. But yeah, the
yeah.
last recheck maybe 6 months ago, it was fine. Um,
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
my vitamin D from Necessary Nutrition. So I
Yes.
take my vitamin D with K2 regularly. Uh,
Absolutely.
so vitamin D needs to be between 60 and 80. And you said everyone
Yeah.
needs to take it. The baseline 2,500 IUs if you don't know.
If you
If
don't
you're
know.
deficient, then 5,000 until you bring the number up for
We
optimal.
with Necessary Nutrition's D3K2, we have them divided into two capsules for that very reason.
Mhm.
Because if you're new and you don't know, and actually, I would always say to anyone, no matter what supplement you're taking, if you're just starting with a supplement or a new brand, take half of the dosage anyway until you know and your body knows that that's okay for you. That's just logical. Anything that you're taking. Also, most people don't know this is that magnesium is necessary to activate vitamin D in the body.
Hmm. Okay.
Magnesium is pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, dark chocolate. And I supplement with magnesium for several reasons, and I'll tell you all why. But just from the vitamin D standpoint, it is needed to activate the vitamin D. But you can get it from food, so I'm making that clear that magnesium can be found in food. But with magnesium as a side note
Mhm.
for our nervous system and our absorption of stress. It helps to calm our nervous system down. And as our estrogen is trying to leave, our estrogen is and was the hormone that was helping our nervous system calm down, keeping our resiliency up. And I don't know if any of you feel this way, but it certainly was happening to me. My capacity to I'm not as resilient as I once was. So things that maybe wouldn't upset me would now, but my body feels it. It's not just me being upset. Like my heart might palpitate or I feel angst. That's just how my hormone slippage
Uh-huh.
is manifesting. But magnesium helps us with sleep. It helps us with calming. If you've ever had leg cramps at night, it helps with that. And it helps to activate the vitamin D.
So you recommend vitamin D and magnesium?
I do. Now, probably within the last maybe 6 months, that's the first thing that you're going to see on our website, because we just know that they work together. And so we have them now in a combo package.
Okay. So necessary nutrition or necessary vitamin D carries vitamin D, magnesium, and protein.
Collagen and plant-based protein powder.
Okay. So because we're talking about collagen, because I was about to ask you about collagen. What's the deal with collagen?
What is the deal with collagen? So
let me tell you, collagen. What is the deal with collagen? How does it help our body? How does it help our hair? I know how protein helps the hair. We talked about vitamin D. We talked about iron and zinc for the hair. I know vitamin D and iron and zinc, those deficiencies are just what I see all the time. Once someone in the comments noted that she had low B2, excuse me, not B2, B12. That was called balding. She got it corrected and her hair grew back. So whatever your body is deficient in, once it's corrected with either food or supplements, then the hair will follow if that is the root cause of your thinning hair. But in addition to that, what is the deal with collagen, particularly as we age, since most of us are aging and most of us are mature women going through life changes, and most of us are over 40 and 50.
Yes, ma'am.
50. What's the deal with collagen?
I'm going to tell you about collagen, but Karen, I want to make sure before we leave this that I want to actually review the reasons why, like a checklist of what to look for if a person's hair is thinning and go. We're going to make sure.
Yes, honey.
Because we want people to have the best amount of information, and generally, like, people are like, oh, my hair is thinning, I'm going to put something on it. But there are distinct things nutritionally and otherwise that contributed to our hair loss. And I just want to make sure that y'all are clear about what that is.
Absolutely.
But the collagen, so collagen is the most abundant type of protein in your body. It is not a complete protein. What does that mean? Not a complete protein. So complete protein, chicken, I'm gonna say chicken or tofu. They have a certain amount of amino acids that work specifically with the body and do certain things. Collagen, however, is missing one of the amino acids. And I say that because collagen truly is a supplement. It will give you more protein, but it is not in place of. That I just wanted to make that clear. And so collagen specifically supports your joints, your ligaments, your skin, your hair, and your nails. That is what it does. So a lot of folks use it. When it comes to your joints and mobility, that is important, but the other parts of that is more vanity in nature. So people ask, do I need collagen? So yes, your body has collagen in it. Do you need to supplement with collagen? I certainly do. And what I've noticed personally with collagen is that my hair, so it doesn't shed as much anymore since I've been using the collagen. That is what I noticed. But the point of it is it is a protein. We do need it. Do you need to supplement? It really depends on you as a person. I'm not going to, like I told you, vitamin D, yes, everybody, yes. Collagen, you have to say, okay, yeah, I do want my hair to shed less, or I do want my nails to grow, or oh, I do need my joints is
Mhm.
cracking and aching. Then add collagen. And what I add collagen to is Necessary Nutritions is unflavored, and you can add it to anything hot or cold, and it mixes in seamlessly. And you start with a half of a scoop,
Mhm.
and the maximum would be a scoop, but you use half of it, and it's useful. What's important to note about collagen is you want to use it for 3 or 4 months before you determine what have you noticed, and then it has to have vitamin C in order to absorb. Has
Okay.
to. And
Vitamin.
vitamin C is your oranges, your bell peppers. It could be if you're taking a vitamin C supplement, but you need vitamin C in your diet in order for collagen to be effective.
Okay. Vitamins. Okay. All right. So we know that collagen is not on the must-have
Not
list.
on the must have.
Yeah,
No.
there's some things I wanted you to go back to what you were about to say. You have a must-have, a list of things that everyone needs to know concerning
Yes.
nutrition and our hair, because we know
Yes.
it's a nutrition hair connection, which is
Correct.
why in Curl House we are growing differently. We are taking this different approach to our healthy hair, which means we are focusing on our body and what we do to our body, what we put in our body, it affects our hair. So I
Correct.
definitely want you to make sure you go over that list so that when we finish up this call, everybody will say, okay, I got it. If they
I
don't
got
have it
it.
yet, then they almost got it. And then
Got it.
after that, we're definitely going to go over some of the questions.
And this is not in any particular order, but I'm going to reiterate the ones that we talked about. So let's say your hair is struggling and you're like, what's going on with my hair? So we want to make sure you check your vitamin D. We want to make sure that you're checking your iron. We want to make sure that you're checking your zinc. And we also want to make sure that you're checking your B vitamins.
Your B.
Those are the things that any of those are not up to par, then okay, I need to put them up to par. Now, what people sometimes will do, well, they'll just start taking stuff.
Yeah.
And I definitely do not recommend you start only but vitamin D, because that one, again, that's foundational. But if you don't know about your iron levels, sometimes iron makes people it does different things. So you just want to know what you're dealing with. Okay. So those are the 4 vitamins and minerals that you want to make sure that you are on top of.
Okay.
You also want to make sure that you are not insulin resistant, meaning that your blood sugar is up to par. So if your blood sugar is high, that means your protein is imbalanced. I can tell you that right now without even saying anything else. If your blood sugar is high, your protein and your carbohydrate management is off kilter for sure.
Okay. I've never heard
Okay.
that before. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I know. And then, so these are the other 2, no, the other 3. Thyroid, if your thyroid is having some issues, it can affect your hair,
Mhm.
and then your hormones, that estrogen and the progesterone and the testosterone, all of the imbalance of that will affect your hair. If Wow. And I get to know this firsthand,
Mhm.
fortunately or unfortunately, right? Because I eat all the things and I'm doing all the things, and my hair was shedding more. And again, when I put the collagen in there, that seemed to stop it, but my body was just, the estrogen was playing around, and
Mhm.
it was noticeable. And I want you all to understand that. And the question might be, well, what do I do about that? But that's a whole nother conversation. But I just want you to know about it. If your estrogen is going haywire, which it's going to be if you're in closest to menopause, it affects everybody differently. But that
Mhm.
is a reason why your hair is going to thin and
Mhm.
shed. And
Okay.
then the last one, which has the stress.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one. That, and the world is Interesting.
Yeah, very good word. I tell you, that word interesting can mean a lot of things, and I think we all know what the word
That's
interesting
what
means.
that
How to use
means.
it in this regard.
Interesting. And my recommendation on that is to, and this is easier said than done, but understand in your own beingness what is yours to deal with and what is not yours to deal with.
Okay.
Separate the two, right? Handle the things that are your business. And because we as women, we be in the business, we're trying to control a lot of things, and that is bringing on additional stress. But we have to learn how to regulate our nervous system based on what you're willing to do. And that for some is exercise, for some that's EFT tapping, for some that's meditation, for some that's sleep. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways,
Mhm.
but it's that too is not optional. Because the other thing about stress is you might not think that you're stressed, but your body is absorbing it.
Mm.
Your hair is taking it for the team. So
Mhm.
I think
You,
that's it.
Robin, you know, right
Yeah.
on. I talk about stress. So many people because you
Yeah.
can't see stress.
You can't see it. Yeah.
I don't think
And
it.
it's everywhere. Stress is you wake up and it's the morning and there it is. Yeah. It's a lot.
Mhm.
But I say again, it's being intentional with moving the stress out of your body because the stress is a physical manifestation
Mhm.
in the body. And and I'm just learning this. So we teach that, which we need to learn. Like I am in the space of my own life right now today where I'm having to consciously move, physically move stress out of my body, like jump around or tap it out,
Mhm.
physically move it out of my body, not just breathe more, but literally move it. Because when you're moving it, it comes out of your muscles and your cells, it comes out. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
That, uh, yeah, you know, we could have a
Many
whole
conversations,
other conversation
many
about
conversations.
stress. That's
Yeah.
another thing. As a trichologist, I'll ask, "Are you stressed out?" Carrie, my
Yeah.
hair is falling out. Why is my hair thinning? There's an actual hair loss condition called telogen effluvium. Uh,
Uh,
Telogen is the resting phase of the hair growth cycle. So there are three or actually four hair cycles:
okay.
anagen, catagen, and telogen. Your hair grows, and then it stops growing, it rests,
Okay.
and then it falls out.
Uh,
The telogen phase is the phase where it sheds, where it falls out, which is what it's supposed to do. But when
okay.
that cycle is disrupted,
Uh,
immaturely disrupted by unmanaged high levels of stress,
yes.
then that is going to push that hair strand into a telogen or to a shedding phase,
Yeah.
causing the hair to shed. Because you know your hair sheds every day, but when
Yeah.
it sheds too much, that's not,
Correct.
and that's brought on by many things, but the number one thing is unmanaged stress.
Unmanaged
So,
stress.
ladies, if you feel like your afro puff is getting smaller, like still the same length, but your afro puff is getting
Yeah.
smaller, your ponytail is getting smaller, then you may have a condition known as telogen effluvium, which again is brought on by unmanaged stress. And
Unmanaged
the way the
stress.
body works, if you were stressed out 3, 4, 5 months ago, your hair may have been fine. You may be perfectly fine now. Like
Yeah.
you're good, you are perfectly fine now. And then all of a sudden, you're not stressed anymore, but your hair is starting to fall out. So it's not what's happening now, it's what happened 3 or 4 months ago. For
Yeah.
example, I can use myself an example. When I was finishing up my trichology certification, I was completely
Stress.
stressed.
Uh,
And after I graduated, it's like, whoo, I'm good. No more stress. 3 months after I graduated, my hair started coming out in clumps.
oh
And
my.
stress from 3 months prior.
That's powerful what you said. That really put some things in perspective.
Right.
Very much in perspective. Yeah.
So, which is why I'll say, I want you, if your hair is thinning out, I want you to think about, well, did you do something 3 or 4 months ago that were you in a stressful
Yeah.
situation? Did you get surgery? It's other things that trigger this shedding. but the
Yeah.
main one is stress. We were talking about stress, but the trigger is normally 3 to 4 months prior to the actual manifestation of that
Oh,
stress within the
that's good.
body.
I didn't even realize that. So
Yeah.
that's a good, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just a little nugget since we were talking about stress. I just wanted to add that. But I love I don't know if it was the top five. I know you ended with stress. I know you said
Yes.
vitamin D, iron, zinc, and the B vitamins is
Yeah.
absolutely necessary to check.
To
Yeah,
check. Yeah. Cause not everybody needs, so I always say, I'm going back to this. Vitamin D is foundational for everyone to supplement with, but not everybody needs to supplement with zinc or with iron or with the B12s. It just depends on if you are deficient.
okay.
But vitamin D, if you don't stay consistent with the vitamin D, it'll just leave your body. That's why it's a supplement that you don't stop taking, because if you do, it will leave. Um, it will leave your body. Yeah. That's yes, we talked about those. I'm just repeating: the thyroid, the hormones, and the stress, and then the blood sugar issues. Reiterating that if you have blood sugar issues, you have an imbalance of your proteins and your carbohydrates.
Yeah, that's
That is
something
what you
that I
have.
learned. Oh, that's
Yeah.
something I learned. Well, I want to get to some of the questions in the chat
Okay.
before we wrap up. But before we get to the questions, I want to make sure people know how they can reach you, how they can get your supplements. Can you talk a little bit about your company? And I know you also have a community. I
Yeah.
forgot what you call us.
Necessary Nutrition Academy.
Yes, Necessary Nutrition
Yeah.
Academy. So, can you just take a few minutes and talk about your academy, talk about some of your offerings, and then we'll get to some of
Thank
the questions
you.
before we wrap
Thank you
up.
so much. So first, I want to just encourage you all to get the free Chat GPT prompt done. You could just put it in there. That is something that no matter, you can use that to support your overall health. With the supplements, in 2009, we created Necessary Nutrition line, and it is ours. We created it, the formulas, all of those things. And we really focus on vitamin D, magnesium, collagen, plant-based protein powder. And what else am I supposed to say?
I,
I know what I want to tell you. Every time, whenever you purchase your any of the products from Necessary Nutrition, in your box, there's going to be a necessary blessing, because we believe wholeheartedly in just sending love and blessings any way we can. So through your box, when you open it, you will see what I'm talking about. We put a couple of gifts in there, a couple of
Mhm.
blessings in there. And then we have what's called the Sounds of Necessary Nutrition playlist, with music that is designed to inspire, uplift, make you dance, wiggle out that stress. And there's a QR code that comes with that, so you can listen to that. It's curated by our membership community. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. But with our members, I ask them to send a song that inspires them, uplifts them, and then we create playlists from their recommendations. So those things come in your box, and we would love to be your supplier. And then our community is specifically for women over 40 who desire clarity, support, and guidance as it relates to their health, but also just the whole experience of our midlife. There's just so many things that we're dealing with, and beyond just our health and nutrition. So it's a lot of different things, and we have experts that come into the community and share. One last thing, we have an expert coming in that's going to share with us. The topic is midlife grief that no one prepared us for, and it's beyond someone passing away. We've heard of that, but when our hormones change and our health changes and our hair changes and our relationships change and all these other things that happen, we're dealing with aging parents, all of these things that no one prepared us for in midlife. So we're having a PhD doctor come in to talk with us about how to deal with that. So a lot of good stuff. If you go to our website, you'll be able to just find it and
Which
get the information.
Necessary Vitamin D is the
You can
website.
go to necessaryvitamind.com. It'll link you to the Necessary Nutrition Academy as well.
Okay. And what I love about the academy and
Yeah.
for my Her House community, it's unlike this live. So it's more, I don't know if it's done in Zoom, but you can actually connect with the person. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Zoom, but you can actually talk to Rob and you can talk to guests, you can talk to the other people in the community. Is it still set up like that? The
Yeah,
last time I went to a class, it was like that.
so we have our experts that come in quarterly, and then
Mhm.
monthly we have a member coaching and support different topics.
Okay.
Last month we were talking about sleep and how to do EFT tapping. But the very first thing that what happens when a member joins us is I have you fill out a questionnaire so I can understand what you are dealing with, so that I know the direction to point you in, because
Mhm.
there's a lot going on in the Necessary Nutrition Academy and I never want anybody to be overwhelmed. So if we have classes on demand, also a library. So we have live things, recorded things. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things, but the most important thing is for me to know who you are, person.
Mhm.
And so we don't have a whole lot of new members come. We cap it every month so
Okay.
that I have the opportunity to know who the person is. And I can't know thousands of people. We can have thousands of customers purchasing vitamin D, but with the membership, we'll cut it off if we're at capacity.
Mm. That's why everybody wants to be a part. So you
Yeah.
all make sure you check out Necessary Vitamin D to learn more
Yes.
about it. And
Yes.
definitely check out some of her amazing offerings. Thank
Thank you.
you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
I want to make sure. Do you have a few minutes so that we can shoot through some
Yeah,
questions?
let's answer some questions, and then I gotta go feed my husband.
Oh, yes. We know you can get your priorities together.
Yes, I have to feed him.
All right. So can you do 3 questions? Are you available for 3?
Yeah, let's do three. Let's do it.
Okay, let me run through. I'm running through. I think we got a lot of these.
Questions.
I okay, this is a good one. Someone asked this at the beginning. Maria, I hope you are still uh on here, Maria, to get this answer. What can we eat to improve your microbiome for those of us having digestive issues that causes our hair to thin? Microbiome.
Yeah, so the microbiome is your gut, which controls so much of what goes on in your body. And it's such a tricky, well, it's not tricky, it's nuanced, but I'll just start with the obvious things to consume would be probiotic rich foods in no particular order: yogurt, kimchi, miso, sauerkraut. Even this is not a probiotic, but digestive enzymes, which you can get not from Necessary Nutrition, you got to get them elsewhere. But before you eat, the digestive enzymes helps to break down the food so that it's better absorbed. But the question really becomes why, what is the root of the issue of the microbiome issue? Like, I can tell you what to eat, which is good to support it, but then the question is, what else are you eating to disrupt it? Because you may be eating dairy and your body doesn't like it, or you may be eating wheat and your body doesn't like it. So not just what to eat, but then it's what else are you eating? Because you could be having an abundance of sugar and it's creating yeast and your body doesn't like it. So it makes sense. So it's not just what to eat, but it's also, am I frozen? Okay. Not just what to eat, but then, okay, well, what do we need to back off of? And that's actually more important, because when you give your gut a chance to rest and then you repopulate it, then that's where it is behaving better. So I love to help people, again, back out of things and then slowly reintroduce it so that we know what is the trigger.
Okay. It's so much. This is such a lively chat because I
That's
can
a good thing.
people are talking amongst.
That is a
So
blessing.
I'm flying through here. Somebody asked about recommendations for collagen. You've already noted. You can
Yeah.
find that right on your website.
Yes.
Um, oh, I know. It was someone asked the question. Here's one. Um,
Okay.
with all the changes with the CDC and FDA today, I have become hesitant to buy meat. What is your
Hmm.
perspective on that? I eat meat as a condiment mostly. I'm not sure what the CDC
Yeah. So, as
changes.
I
Oh,
said, the world is interesting.
okay, well,
So,
word.
if you have the financial means, then you can use meat that is from past, like farm raised, like directly from farms. There's a number of companies that deliver the highest quality meat, but they will dent your bank account a
Mm,
lot. If you want to go into the organic space as much as you can, just the highest quality meat are ones that the it's a local farm, or they control how the livestock or the animal is being treated and being delivered. So, but that's very expensive. If you want to eat less animal protein and then become flexitarian, which means you're not eating it as much, but you're integrating more plants into it, then you can use it to bridge the gap. I'm just trying to make sure I answered the question. Yeah, you want to buy the highest quality meat as you can, and unfortunately, it's going to cost you more.
yeah, and it costs more to be healthy.
It does, and
What-
it is, and so the most used animal protein would be chicken, right? So chickens are so abundant, and those are the ones that are being harassed the most. Um, and so if you're fish, like nobody's really talking a lot about trout or sardines. There's some fish that like if you're using those, they're least, like people are not like always in demand for sardines. So I mean you're better off in a case where when it's the less popular. I don't know if that makes
Mhm.
sense, but which I
And
do not like sardines, not one bit. Oh my goodness, no. But they're good for you. They're good for you.
that is, I'm thinking about my husband. I have about 10 cans of
He
sardines.
likes sardines.
Likes them.
Yeah.
Well, he likes, I don't even like the way they look.
I
He
don't
just,
like the way they look. I don't like the way they smell. I don't like then I don't like that they look like fish.
yeah, that is a snack.
They're slimy. I don't like letting them
They're
know. But people love
minimally
them.
processed.
Yeah.
And they're, for a processed food, they are minimally processed.
Yeah. And they're good for you. So
Yeah, he puts this mustard on it, and it's like
ooh, and he has a good time. That's
gross. Uh, and this is the next one. Let me see. Can we see it? Here we go. Oh, wait. I just asked that. Wait a minute. It was one more. I just added up. I'm sorry. It was about balance. How can we balance? I'm summarizing. Here we go. What's a good nutritional balance between food and supplement?
well,
Uh,
food is first because
particularly.
that's the food is where the nutrients, supplements are just to bridge the gap.
Okay.
So
That's the key. So you're not saying what you're saying. Food is first, supplement second, and
yeah, and you're only supplementing if you're if you if you're not getting. So I'm going back. The foundational ones I said vitamin D. I also am a proponent of magnesium, and then I didn't talk about omegas,
mhm,
but omega threes, those really help our cells. It's lubrication for our cells. Well, if you're eating a ton of sardines, or you are just pescatarian,
mhm.
maybe you don't need to supplement with omegas.
Oh,
So you're going to the food first, but a lot of us just aren't doing the food enough, or that the food that is not, it's the nutrients are taken out. So supplements are to bridge the gap for what we don't get food wise, except vitamin D, because that's in the sun. So
okay. So that is the final word.
yes, I just want to encourage you all, every time you eat, as many vegetables as you can put on there, as many colors.
Mhm.
Keep a big salad in your fridge with cabbage and carrots and leafy greens and tomatoes and all of the things that you can put some seeds in there and flaxseed and just focus on fueling your body, because to reiterate the point is as we're aging, the certain foods help to support our estrogen. We need the food so that our hair has something left to eat,
Mhm.
and let food be thy medicine.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you again.
I
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
too.
you. You are just
Yes.
amazing. Thank you. I
Well,
always love this show.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you a
I
lot.
could go. I have about 20 questions over here that I barely
Oh,
even answered, maybe one or two. I mean, not answered. I barely even asked, rather, one or two. But
oh, I know.
yeah,
Well,
because oh,
someday in the future we'll have another one.
yeah, but I'll
Yes.
make sure you feed your husband.
I do have to feed him.
So go feed your
Let me go
husband.
feed
I
him.
thank you. I thank you. And then I'm going to wrap up. Thank you,
Okay.
dear. I'll
Thank you
follow up
so
with
much. And I just wish all of you all just peace and blessings in your soul, in your spirit. I am sprinkling that on all of
you.
you.
Ooh, and I'm receiving it.
Yes, we all need it. So, and just, I would say, this is what I want to say to folks, to focus on your joy, doing what makes you happy, but also makes you proud.
Hmm.
And I say that because people were like, well, my joy is eating a sleeve of Oreo cookies, but that didn't make you proud. Right? You ate that sleeve of cookies and now you don't feel proud. So I say focus on your joy and focus on making yourself proud. If you do that, if you wake up every day with gratitude and you focus on your joy and what makes you proud, you will have more sunshine in your life.
I absolutely love that. Focus
Yes.
on my joy.
Focus on
I
your
want to be
joy and do
proud
what makes you proud.
because, like you said, the Oreo cookie might be joyful, but it
Might
won't.
be joy, God, and had a lot of joy that did not make me proud.
Oh,
I
I
that
love
was nice, but yeah, that's why I had
today.
to add that in there because I'm like, wait a minute, y'all joy is destructive.
Well, I had a proud moment today, but I don't know how joyful it was. So for the first time ever in my life, ever, I baked a.
Oh,
I don't do that, but I baked a with a blueberry loaf, and it was just simple ingredients: oatmeal, blueberries. I think it was one egg
oh wow,
and a banana.
oh wow.
And
Now
I
they're gonna ask for the recipe. We want the
Huh.
recipe.
Yeah, no, yeah, I baked it and it made me proud because it
Did you?
was a healthy dessert.
Yes, it sounds amazing. I've never baked. I can't say that I've baked anything.
Yeah, it was the first time. Now, in terms of the joy when I tasted it, it definitely tasted like a healthy dessert.
Oh, you were proud, but it
I
didn't hit
was,
the
I was,
joy.
I don't know about the joy. I was, I was definitely proud. I a healthy dessert. But I thought, okay, I'm going
Okay.
to the drawing board. I'm going to try, after this live, I'm going to try another healthy dessert. Like I said, I did it for the first time. Live, work, clean. No, I'm not giving you the recipe. I'm not giving it to you. I mean, it was my
Oh
husband.
my goodness.
It tasted like a healthy dessert. It was blueberries. It was sweetened with a banana
Banana.
and
Wow.
oats. And no, I'm not giving out the recipe yet. Um,
Okay, you gotta
no,
perfect
I'm
it.
not, but I was proud that I did it.
When you get the joy out of it, then
I
you'll give
want
it
to
to
get the
me.
joy out of it.
That's so
And when
funny.
the joy and being
And the
proud
proud, they get together, then we'll
comes
get the recipe.
then you get the recipe. You don't get it yet. Live, work clean, not yet. But anyway, it was the first time I baked, but it really did make me proud
Yes.
because it was
Very
something
good.
healthy. So
Awesome.
anyway, I
Awesome.
love that. I'm going to share that with someone. Focus on the joy and
Joy
be
and
proud.
makes
That's
you
fabulous.
proud.
But
Yeah.
you go feed your husband.
Gotta go feed my
Okay.
husband. And I know some of y'all want to know what I'm about to feed
Yeah.
him.
What you about to feed him?
So we're having green beans. I'm gonna do a little bit of red potatoes. And then I am gonna make him some chicken, some herb chicken
Herb chicken.
in the air fryer.
In the air fryer. Okay. Okay. See,
But
so
I'm not gonna eat that. And I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna eat, but I don't want that.
okay. Oh, but that sound sure does
Yeah.
It is
I actually want to make some crispy tofu for
okay.
you.
Now, when you make that, then you let me know. Okay, then
Okay,
you share that recipe.
got
Okay.
it. All right, you guys, peace and blessings. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye, Robin.
I don't
Thank you.
even know how to leave. How do I
I'll
leave?
I'll
You'll
remove.
leave me? You'll
Okay,
get me out? Okay, take care.
bye. Okay, guys. So anyway, Robin is just awesome. I just really connect with her. I love her. She is fabulous. I'm so hopeful that you all actually learn something from her. Just one takeaway. If you just got one takeaway, that is enough. One takeaway. My main takeaway was that joy and be proud. So when I talk about my blueberry loaf, like I said, I was very proud of myself, but it did not give me the joy that I thought it would give me. No, it did not have vanilla. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to add a little vanilla, but I'm really trying to make my own custom desserts. I like desserts, but most desserts are just very, not healthy for you. So I'm trying to eat more healthy in terms of desserts because typically I have a dessert in the let's see, on the weekend. I would like to have a dessert during the week sometimes, but I do want something healthier. So I'm trying you all. So at some point I may share the recipe, but I tell you, I ain't sharing that one. I need to work on that a little bit more. Okay, guys, I can see we are wrapping up. I thank you all so much. So next week, I think I may have someone on next week for Women's History. I'm interviewing someone every Tuesday this month. I am interviewing someone. I think I'm going to have someone who actually was dealing with hair loss, and she's going to talk about her journey next week, but still trying to solidify that because the guest that I had actually canceled. But anywho, I think I've answered most of the questions. Let's see. Hey, Miss Veronica. She said the products, still using the products, fabulous in the skills she learned from the academy. And this is the perfect time. That is fabulous, Miss Veronica. You keep on using the Curl House products. On that note, I will go ahead and put this. If you are looking for products, you all know that healthy hair begins within. It begins within the body. I talk about it all the time. And if you haven't figured it out by now, your hair is an extension of your body. So it is really key that you focus on the body. If there are deficiencies within your body, if you're not intaking nutrient dense food, your hair is the very last thing to receive nutrients. So that is why you may be dealing with hair loss or other hair challenges. So which is why you really need to focus on the body first. If you are dealing with hair loss, slow growing hair, dry hair, you need water. All of these things affect your hair. And again, you need an overflow of nutrients in order to maintain the health of your hair. You need an overflow of nutrients. But you still need to take care of your hair. So if you are looking for hair products, that's going to support the health of your hair, I encourage you to consider the Curl House product line. If you're looking for products, you can go to curlhouse.com. I have a variety of plant-based products that helps to support the scalp, helps keep the hair moisturized. There is a scalp serum that is water-based. That's my favorite. It's like I don't know, it's like the anchor product, the healer drops. And then I have a leave-in conditioner that gets that hair condition, helps with moisturization. I have a sealer cream that locks in the moisturizer and shampoo and conditioner. So I have a very fabulous line. You all can check it out at curlhouse.com. Okay, y'all know I can go and like Robin, I also need to go eat dinner with my husband as well. So I'm going to wrap it up here. And I will see you all next week. And until we talk again, stay fabulous. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye bye.